Hey, Dockies! Welcome back to Review with Ray. For today's tutorial, we're doing quantitative and we're starting from the very top with the order of operations. Okay? What is this? It's basically your PEMDAS. It could also be your BODMAS, your GEMS. There's a lot of acronyms for you to remember this by, but let's stick with PEMDAS. I know PEMDAS sounds super basic, like something we learned in grade school, right? But don't roll your eyes just yet, okay? Don't bombastic side-eye me. Because guess what? This always shows up in the exam, okay? At least 1 point worth. And surprisingly, a lot of people still get it wrong. Yes, I had 2 review centers, remember? A whole lot of NMAT reviewees still forget this basic rule. Maybe because sobrang basic niya, nakalimutan na ng mga tao. Like, literally, grade 6 pa to, di ba? So today, we're gonna make sure you're not one of them. We're gonna slow it down, break it apart, and make it so easy that you could do it in your sleep. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you! Going back, so the order of operations, your PEMDAS, once this clicks, quantitative becomes less of a maze and more of a runway. Okay, walk it and slay. Let's go. I'm gonna start from the very top with quantitative. All the other subtests, I kinda did a remix on it, on the topics that I felt were crucial for you to watch first. But with quantitative kasi, there's like a certain level of complexity and you need to know the very first steps of the ladders before you get to climb up. After this one, I plan to make a tutorial as well on your fractions, your decimals, your percentages, and your ratios. Okay, so let's start for real. Have you come across this one on your newsfeed from Facebook or any social media? Right? It's a math challenge. At first glance, it looks very simple. But then you go into the comments and see that they're fighting for the correct answer because they came up with different ones. Okay? So they say pa nga, di ba, pang clickbait mo na only for genius lang daw. So ikaw naman, gusto mo i-prove na genius ka, kaya answer ka din, di ba? Nadamay pa si Albert Einstein. I bet he is spinning in his grave right now. So the correct way to answer questions like these, which always comes up on the NMAT, is to use the PEMDAS rule. So, what does PEMDAS stand for? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and your subtraction. Now, here's the trick that trips people up. Okay, even me, when I first did my review. Multiplication and division are on the same level, okay? Addition and subtraction are also on the same level. What that means is you don't always multiply before you divide. You go left to right, so that here in M&D and A&S applies the left to right rule, okay? Whichever comes first, that's what you're gonna do. They're on the same level, okay? It's not multiply before divide. It's multiply or divide. Same goes for addition and subtraction. It's addition or subtraction from left to right, whichever goes first, okay? So it's not necessarily steps 1 to 6. It's more like this is your number 1, the one you do first, number 2, and then number 3 is either of these, okay? Number 4 is either of these. From left to right, whichever goes first. I hope that's clear, because this is where most people trip up with the MD and AS. It's not one before the other. It's either or, whichever comes first. Okay, let's try this out with some examples. Okay, we have here the PEMDAS as the guide. We have our parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, and addition or subtraction following the left to right rule. Okay, so how do we go about with this one? So let's do our steps 1 to 4. First up, you have to simplify what's inside the parentheses. So here we have 5 plus 8, so that's 13. Okay, and then we copy the rest so as not to get confused. So, but this is just for the basic, huh? I know it's very excruciating to see me do this very slow, but it's just for the basic. Just to let you see step by step how to do it. Okay, now let's go to the second step, and that's your exponents. So we have to simplify. What is 13 squared? That's 169. Okay, so it's better for you to memorize already what's, I think, 1 to 30 squared, so that you'll know then and there. Just sight reading, right? Or like sight solving. You already know what the answer is. Now let's go ahead and copy the rest. So I apologize for my penmanship. It's not the most ideal or aesthetic one there is. Part of the reason why I'm choosing to become a doctor. But just listen to my words, okay? Pay no attention to my penmanship. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead with step 3. What's step 3 again? It's your multiplication or division, whichever goes first, from left to right. So that's 169 times 6. What is that? That's your 10,014. So I'm just going to skip right into the answers so as not to make this process a whole lot longer. Okay, but you can go ahead and solve with me. Now that that's done, you could go ahead and copy the rest. Again, you don't need to do this, but I'm just showing you step by step how to do this so that you won't get confused as to where the numbers went. Okay, another thing. We still have our division right here, so we're still in step 3. We go ahead and divide it, and that is 338. Okay? Remember that you can't use calculators on the NMAT, so you're just using 100% of your brain with this one. So let's copy the rest. Now, we're all done with the multiplication and division. That means we're up to step 4. We go ahead and add or subtract from left to right, whichever goes first. In this case, we'll add. So 338 plus 12, that's 350. Okay. And then minus 4. 350 minus 4, that is your 346. And that is already our final answer. Let's go ahead and practice and some more examples. Okay, so I got this one straight from Filipino website. This is their practice test. I tried to look for PEMDAS questions kasi from SEM 2014 and 2019. But theirs is just very basic, like just addition and subtraction. So I was thinking, we need a bit more challenge because these types of questions come out in the exam. Since you already know the steps 1 to 4 of the PEMDAS, you can go ahead and pause this slide right here and then answer on your own. And then just proceed to play so that you could go ahead and solve this with me afterwards. Let's start. Step 1. We have our parentheses right here. Okay, so let's simplify that one. 3 times, okay, the parenthesis is also another way of saying multiplication, right? Like the times or the X symbol, okay? Another one to put that is also your dot, okay? If you see something like this one, that is also symbol for multiplication. Okay, so we have here 3 times 8 minus 3. Let's simplify parentheses first. That's 5. Okay, proceed to copy the rest. Step 2. This is your exponents, right? But we can't see any exponents here. This is a bit more complex topic. This is your radicals kasi. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this one in your laws of radicals or laws of exponents. You could rewrite this one into an exponent. I'm going to show you, kind of like an introduction to laws of exponents or laws of radicals. Okay, let's go ahead and copy everything and let's proceed to square root of 49. Another way to write your square root of 49 is 49 to the power of 1/2. Right? So that makes our square root here an exponent, and thus we should go ahead and simplify this next. To turn this one into exponent, just recognize that square root, it's square, so that means there's 2 right there. And in radicals, if it's 2, you don't need to write it. If there's nothing before this one, that's automatically understood as 2. Okay? And then as you can see here, inside there's no exponent. So that could be understood that this is to the power of 1. Right? And when you turn that into an exponent, you flip it over. Right? Kind of like this is the inside and that is the outside. So that's going to be 1 in the top and then 2 in the bottom. So flip it like so. Okay? So 1 here, half. That's how I do it. Okay, so this is 49.5. I'm just showing you that this square root is an exponent and thus should be the one that we simplify next. Okay, so 49 to the power of 1/2 or square root of 49. We already know the answer to that if you've memorized, as I've said. That is your 7. You go ahead and copy down the entire thing again. Okay, let's move to step 3. Step 3 is your multiplication or division, whichever comes first, from left to right. So here we can see that there is multiplication going on here. 3 times 5. The parentheses means multiplication. Same with the X symbol and the dot symbol. So 3 times 5, that's your 15. Let's copy the rest. Let's move on to step 4. Your addition or subtraction, whichever goes first from left to right. 15 plus 7, that is your 22. So that brings us to letter C. This is the correct answer. Okay? So it's simple, right? Now let's go ahead and try the next one. Okay, let's amp up the difficulty level. So here we have another one. There are a lot of numbers, but stay calm. Just do the steps 1 to 4 and you'll be golden. Let's go ahead with step 1. 4 minus 2, that's 2. This right here, the parenthesis inside, is just a way to differentiate the inner from the outer sign. This one right here means subtraction, and this one right here indicates that this is a negative number, -1. So to simplify this one, just multiply the 2, right? Okay, so we have already simplified inside the parentheses. This one cannot be simplified further, so I just went ahead and copied it, okay? Now let's proceed to the next step. So inside the parentheses, it is still not simplified, so let's go to what I call step 1.2. Okay, because we're gonna move on to exponents and it's still inside the parentheses. 8 squared, that's 8 times 8, 64. And let's proceed to step 3 for multiplication and division. Okay, step 1.3, because we're still under the first one, right, with the simplification of the parentheses. 2 divided by 2, that's 1. So in order to simplify this one, we just go ahead and multiply the 2. Okay? So that's minus -1. Negative times negative is positive. So this becomes +1. Okay? Are you able to follow that? If you have any questions, just feel free to comment below. Okay? So now, we're done with this one. Let's proceed to step 1.4 for your addition and subtraction. Okay, 1 plus 64, that's 65. 2 plus 1, that's 3. And then squared right there. Now we can finally proceed to step 2. Okay, the actual step 2 with the exponents outside the parentheses. Okay, so this can no longer be simplified. So let's proceed with the exponents. This is the part we're going to simplify next. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of the parentheses because there's nothing to simplify there anymore. 3 squared, 3 times 3, that's 9. Okay, there's no multiplication, so we will skip to step 4 for your subtraction. 65 minus 9, that is your 56. And we already have ourselves the answer. Okay, letter D. It's just like that. So when you see a whole lot of numbers like this one, don't be overwhelmed. Just follow steps 1 to 4. For right now, it's okay to take this long to answer, but as you're answering, try to speed things up. Work your way into answering these ones faster. Moving on. So in this example, this is our final example. So I'm no longer writing steps 1 to 4. While still following the steps of the PEMDAS, I will be showing you how to answer this quicker. Okay, how I usually answer this in the NMAT exam. I hope you can follow where I'm going with this. You know the drill. Just pause, answer this by yourself, and once you're ready to answer with me, just go ahead and press play. Okay? Let's start. So here, we have to simplify first the parentheses. Okay? Just gonna copy here. 3 times. As I've said, the times right there, the dot, that's multiplication. Okay? So, 3 times inside 300 minus 70 divided by 5. Okay? So I'm not gonna go ahead and copy that down. I'm gonna solve this agad-agad now already. Okay? So as not to waste any time. 70 divided by 5, that is your 14. Okay? So this is how I usually answer, from left to right, following the rules now already, so that I don't have to copy everything over and over until I simplified everything. Okay? So let's move on to this one. We have there 3 times 23, that's 69, minus 8 minus 2 times 3, okay, 6. And then we're simplified now already right here. There's this one pa pala. Okay? So now, moving on. There 3 times 300 minus 14, that is 286. Okay, minus your 69 minus 8.6, that's 2. Okay? Further simplifying this one, 286 minus 69 minus 2, that's 67, right? Okay, further simplifying, 286 minus 67, that's 219. Times 3, the answer is 657. And that's B. So that's how I usually answer. You can do this a whole lot quicker, like with your eyes, like Hokage moves, target techniques, okay? So that's how you answer this one. So did you get this right, Nadokis? Were you able to get everything from the examples right? Okay, so if you have, then congrats! You're already doing better than most of the first time NMAT reviewees. Now, have you seen already the importance of this basic rule, even though it's so simple, right? Because some people get tricked, okay? They trip up the PEMDAS. So imagine if you went in order of the letters, like PEMDAS, steps 1 to 6, right? And did all the multiplication before the division, did all the addition before the subtraction, right? You'd get it wrong. That's why this stuff matters in the NMAT. So here are my references. Check out the practice sets from the Filipino website, as well as 2019-2014 SAM practice sets. So now, Dockies, you are officially no longer one of them. You took the time, you slowed it down, and now you actually understand how it works. Not just the letters, but the logic. No more silly errors, no more oopsies, just big brain moves from here on out. And if this video helped you, please drop a comment, okay? say hi or tell me if you have topic suggestions for my upcoming tutorials, if you have any questions for how we solved the expressions. I don't want to talk to the wall again, okay? So please comment something. To everyone who's already commented, by the way, on my past videos, thank you so, so much. You have no idea how much those little messages kept me going. Like, literally the only thing keeping me sane while talking to myself on the screen all of the time making these tutorials, okay? And of course, subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Bye!